Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for the 29th of September to October 6th. I am Charlene Lizette. Whether you're new or whether you're returning, a massive thank you to you. Either way, I hope you click subscribe and become a part of our collective. All right, Virgo, let's take a peek and see what is going on for you this week. Wow, we got a lot of cards. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, baby, I like it like that. This is gonna make you very, 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 very happy. Oh, there's a lot of energy that wants to come out in your reading. I also, my Virgo works, am feeling like, yeah, there's like this, je ne sais quoi, this energy, this like, let's go, let's make it happen, let's go. Okay, what I will say to you is throughout this whole week, I want you to, or you would benefit from, I can't tell you what I want you to do, you would benefit from really taking care of your emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical vessel. Well, it looks like going to get a massage, a pedicure, a manicure, like anywhere where you can really focus on self-care, that's the priority this week. There's something to be said about your physical body, and it makes sense because Virgo in astrology rules the 6th house. So we're looking at day-to-day health, we're looking at your routine, we're looking at your hygiene, we're looking at your food, we're looking at your work life habits, you know, like your schedule, right? Like it's freaking life, right? And so if you can focus on your self-love, oh my God, my hair is shedding everywhere. If you can focus on your self-love, your self-care, then you're going to have the strength and the ability to navigate life's enigmas. I think this week is not going to be a hard week by any means. What I do feel is that there's a lot of like stuff you're working through, you're processing here. You could have just gone through a divorce, a separation. You could have just realized that, you know, you don't want to be with your partner anymore, that Virgo South Node, the eclipse that happened. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up, right? If it's not to do with your relationships, it could just be you letting go a lot of about your behaviors, your ideas, your narratives, your stories around partnerships, around what like romance needs to look like, relationships need to look like, so on and so forth. Failure. I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. And then Neptune. Neptune currently is in Aries, and it's going to be bouncing back into the first house, into Pisces, I should say, my first house, but not yours necessarily, because unless you're a Pisces rising, that's not going to happen for you. But Neptune is an energy here of dreams and visions. It's also an energy of illusions. It's an energy that can kind of live like in the in-between, if that makes sense, okay? So, you know, the most beautiful creative people have heavy Neptune in their chart. They are the singers, they are the actors, they are the performers, they are the artists, the painters, the drawers, the sculptors, because they can see these beautiful visions in the ethereal realm, the fifth dimension, whatever you want to call it, and bring it into reality through creativity, through art. Why do I think this is important for you? Because I believe in one capacity or another that you are having visions, you are having dreams, you are understanding the path in which you are meant to go next in your life. And this path that you're meant to go next in life is right now a seed that has been planted. Like, Char, this is the thing that I want, this is what I desire. And you are learning and understanding how to bring it into this reality. You are understanding the power of manifestation, the power of law of attraction, law of assumption, all that stuff. The 10 of Cups, temperance to strength. Source is saying the 10 of Cups that potentially you thought you wanted or you thought was the 10 of Cups, you know, like this idea of like happy home, happy life, a husband, a wife, a white picket fence, 9-to-5 jobs, like all that stuff. There's something here that's getting just, you know, cleared out here. The 10 of Cups, temperance to strength, turns around and says, can you find a new way to alchemize your 10 of Cups? You know, a lot of people, when I told them I was becoming a single mother, had all this judgment and had all this, like, all these things to say. But if like me, you and the wall, and you know, I love you guys, you know, I got a soft spot for my Virgs. I am so happy that I'm a single mom. Do I want the right partner? Yes. Do I want the right type of relationship? Yes. For the right person, am I willing to put in the work, the effort? Absolutely. The key word is the right person. And just because you're in a relationship, and just because you see people in relationships, and just because you see people married, and just because doesn't mean that they're happy. Doesn't mean that they're experiencing that fulfillment. And Source is trying to give you that fulfillment, Virgo. Source is trying to say, I'm trying to show you the way towards that emotional fulfillment. And that might mean for some of you letting go of the current partner that you have. It happens, you know. It might mean walking away from these relationships, whether they are marriage or situationships or like whatever, right? Short-term, long-term things, whatever, that are just not, they're not the vibe. Temperance is saying alchemize, learn to balance here with the Strength card. The Seven of Wands, the King of Swords says, instead of feeling like you're fighting or combating these people in your life, whether they're romantic prospects or your family, your siblings, your, partners, like whoever, whatever they are, because even though there's like a little bit of money here, I feel like this has a lot to do with family. The Seven of Swords, the King of Swords says, get clear, cut through the BS. If you're not happy in your home, if you're not happy in your relationship, if you're not happy with your partner, it's time to go. Lean into what it feels like to liberate yourself from the chains and the shackles, the illusion of like what coulda, shoulda, woulda been. There's no failure. No failure. Negativity says it's a failure. Positivity says it's an opportunity to learn. Every single one of my failed relationships has taught me something. Every single one of them. And they prepare you for the right person so that you do things differently, so you realize your own shadow, your own triggers, your own fears, your own limitations. The Eight of Pentacles to the Hanged Man. And this is where the work begins, right? On building your own life, on cultivating your own happiness. And I love that the Hanged Man is here, because the Hanged Man is saying to you, Virgo, right now, introspection, self-reflection. This is an energy of stillness. If I could take you back to when I became a single mother, I was trying to like hustle right through, like, gotta find a partner, gotta do this, like all the stories, right? All of the things that people tell you that you need to do in order to be successful in a romantic relationship, all that stupidness, right? But to be honest, the best thing that I ever did was to take the last 6 years, not to say I didn't date or go on dates or talk to people, but take the last 6 years to really focus on me. And I took 6 years for my own reasons. I'm not saying you have to take 6 years. But it's prepared me in such a way to new connections, to new romance, that gives me a completely different perspective. And I show up differently. And sometimes you need that Hanged Man energy. Introspection, chill, relax, let things work themselves out. If this doesn't have to do with love, romance at all, but it has to do with your career, because that Eight of Pentacles is here, Source is turning around and saying, you got to heal this idea that you're not worthy of having what you desire in your career and your finances. You got to heal. You gotta nourish. You got to honor, you got to take care. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like for a lot of you, this does have to do with romance. If it does have to do with your career and your finances, what I will say to you is ask yourself if the job you're in right now is truly fulfilling and giving you that Ten of Cups energy, or if you're just doing it to make ends meet. Are you truly fulfilled? Are you truly happy? Do you truly feel like, yes, Char, this is the thing that I could do for the rest of my life? Those are big questions to ask yourself. Knight of Cups to the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords, and the Empress to the Ace of Cups. You are the prize here, Virgo. So if you're single like a Pringle, or you're just going through a divorce and separation, remember, you are the prize. Not them, you. You are the prize, okay? So whoever comes towards you, if they do come towards you, or if you're in a romantic relationship and you and your partner are having these conversations, remember to put yourself from a place of self-respect, self-love. Do not allow yourself to be disrespected. Do not allow yourself to be taken for granted or taken advantage of. There's compromise, there's compassion, there's patience, there's understanding, there's also respect. Okay, my angels? All right, that is your weekly reading. If you want to book a session, you want to work with me in any capacity, it's down in the description box below. Here's this video to help you with manifesting your dream life. We will see you later, alligators. Thank you so much. Peace out. Bye.